They're
Yes,
donated, if
yes.
you will.
And I wish the city of Ukiah could do something like that for its own television, because that's what the city of Willis has done.
Makes sense.
And one thing which encourages me is I've had a discussion with the city of Ukiah. They are willing to work with Mendocino Access Television, which is a great thing.
Great news.
And I will be going there to see if they can look for an empty building which is convenient for us to house our television, because this city needs a good television and we have a plan. The plan you have, we have, and the plan you hold in your hands is a plan that is going to work for Mendocino Access Television, Fort Bragg, and Willits. And we hope that when the county and the city take a look at the plan, they will know we are serious and that where we are going is not something that is going to fail.
On your plan, I've looked through it on occasion, and I remember conversations we've had in earlier days, and you were very enthusiastic about pointing to the fact that we are going to have to start to accept the realization that online content is increasing. And so our ability to get information online is also going to need to increase.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's been clear that you need to be able to compose your story or your information or your message or whatever it is, and you have to be able to put it into context. And I feel like, what John McCowan said was that sure, everybody has a handheld device or another that can put information out there, but if it's not in context,
Mhm.
it's really, like you said, it's just a gobbledygook, and it just falls away to the side, and it's irrelevant to the most of us. So what you provide here is that opportunity, really, to diverge into any sort of social media outlet that you want. But you have to have a place to do it. Like Archimedes says, you give me a place to stand and a lever and a fulcrum, and I can move the world. But if we don't have any of those components,
You can't do anything.
nothing.
Absolutely. Zoom in and out. Well, you know, John McEwen and Jody,
Dan Jurdy?
Dan Jody, they are county supervisors. They deal with monetary issues. They are administrators. And all they do is get ideas from here and there to see if they can put it together and come up with the funding that is necessary for those projects to be executed. My disagreement with those two people is that they are very shallow in thinking deep about communication in Mendocino County. First of all, John McCowan is the one who caused all this headache about access television being shut down. I am not accusing him of anything because his words are on screen, are on the video, and everyone can go online and look at the meeting on December 6, 2016, and listen to what he said concerning access television. It proved that he knew very little about television and about the effectiveness of using a phone and television or camera. Access television is not only to provide TV. People come sit and watch TV. That is not the intention of Access TV. The intention of Access TV is communication. And communication is not only television in the first place. Communication spans from text, audio, image, video, visual, and all types of forms of communication. And when Access Television began, the idea was to place a platform that can develop from there and expand to other areas of communication. And the vision of those that have run television in Mendocino County did not extend to that level where they will see about developing access television beyond TV. At the meeting today in Willits, I was being looked upon as a victim or as somebody who created the chaos that is happening in Mendocino County concerning access television. When I listened to Dan Jody nail a nail on access television in Mendocino County, especially on Mendocino Access Television, and saying all sorts of things like it's failing, it's imploding, it's not providing services, and all those nonsense, I really need to make this very clear. Dan Jody and McCowan need to understand that for the past 1 year, 365 days, Mendocino Access Television has existed efficiently. Even with the problems, we provided services for those 365 days, every day, every moment, the whole year. The only moment we stopped providing television services to the county is when we wrote and informed them that we have run this place for a year without money and they have our money in their hands. The money to run this place is in their keeping. The reins to run this place is in their keeping. And we ran the place for a year. I sitting here, I have invested everything, my own money, to come here to pay my gas, to do things, to come here. But Dan Jody, McCowan, and those administrators up there, they hold the money that they're supposed to provide. So to accuse us that we are not providing services, they should first of all accuse themselves for not providing money that is necessitated for those services to be provided. That's the first thing. In the meeting today, we went there with a plan of action, a solid plan that all of them there don't have. I provided a plan to them, and I was expecting them to give me the platform to stand and explain the plan in detail, because all the problems they were bringing forth there, they are resolved in that plan. Dan Jody and John were sneaking here and there and making sure I don't take the platform, even though I gave them the documents and I told them I wanted to explain. So you see that they are playing a game that is politics, and I'm not in politics.
You know, to your point on that, they were adamant about saying that they are providing access.
Mhm.
But as I mentioned, when I heard that, the Board of Supervisors meetings weren't being broadcast on television, but instead were being broadcast on some YouTube feed through the Mendocino County website. I left immediately from the Board of Supervisors meeting to go to the local public library in Ukiah and check for myself to see how much access or accessibility there was to the meeting. And when I downloaded the YouTube feed, there was no audio. So I don't know how long has it been since they have taken over recording their own meetings and rebroadcasting them in this fashion, but my personal experience from learning at this recently was that there isn't access, because all it is a video of people talking. And that was just my experience. That's not access to the government meetings if I can't hear what they're saying. And from the accounts that we heard today, that's pretty common. A lot of people said that the feed is actually on some loop where you're basically hearing the same 6-second syllables for, on repeat. And that's, again, not access to the meetings.
Now, this is the thing. The government cannot run access. It's a fact, because they need the manpower, they need infrastructure like what we have here. I believe the government is not going to leave what they are doing to come and set infrastructure to run television or to run government programs. And when the problem MATV has with the government, they're trying to create a problem. The county is trying to create a problem with MATV, forgetting that the contract that MATV had with the government was a side contract to provide governmental channel to them. It wasn't a contract that is included in the PEC funding. I discussed with the city concerning this, and they made it very clear to us that access television for Mendocino County was to provide, like Mendocino Access TV was to provide public service, public channel and educational channel. Now, we accepted to work with the county to provide governmental channel. And we were doing that up to a certain point where probably the former administration were not doing an effective job. I don't know what happened. But then, later on, the county started borrowing our equipment. They were using our TriCaster, they were using our computer, they were using our cameras to run their programs. They come down here to borrow our equipment and we give them.
And to your point earlier, John McCowan has used facility
John was here 3 months ago
for the election.
for the election. He was sitting on this same seat I'm sitting with right now.
And he was, politicking for his cause.
And he was using the place more than even the other people who were sitting here. The way he was, because I'm a mass media professional. I study people. I study how people use mass media, how they communicate.
And he used it effectively.
He knows how to use the mass media. He may not be very, very efficient, but he understands what it is. So he knows what he is talking, and he doesn't want to do it. That's the first thing. He came in this place and used this place to get his objectives fulfilled. And when he was using this place, they were holding the money they were supposed to pay us to let him use this place. I can't understand how he will withhold money that was supposed to be used here to provide him services. He comes and uses the services and not giving the money. And he goes in a board meeting and he is trying to say that this place is not necessary. The only reason why, and I want John to know this, the only reason why I did not come to any ad hoc meeting with John's video is because I don't want to make him look like a kid. And if I come to any of those meetings and they try to make me look like a kid, it's not good. The thing the administration, the county administration need to understand is Mendocino Access Television is serving the people of this county. We have existed for 7 good years. We have done everything we could to be here. It takes a long time. It takes 5 years to establish a solid business in this country. If you ask anyone who owns a business, even Fortune 500 company leaders who train me, they tell you to run any business successfully in this country, if it has to stand, you have to take 5 years to build it up. We've taken 7. And now MATV has stood. The only problem MATV has, Mendocino County, listen to me very carefully. Because I went to the meeting today, and Dan Jody, the board supervisor, was accusing MATV for not functioning well, for not providing programs, for not providing television programs for the people of the county. Dan Jody should know that there is $55,000 in their keeping that was supposed to be provided to Mendocino Access Television in 2016. We went without that money. I am asking Dan Jody and John McCowan now, since you are accusing MATV that they haven't provided services, you provide that money for 2016. We will get our servers repaired, and tomorrow you will get programs running to serve the people of Mendocino County. We sent you out a letter in October telling you that we are not going to broadcast because we are not being provided the money that was supposed to be provided for us to provide services to the public. We did it for 1 year. We provided services to the public for a year while you are holding the money. It's time for you release the money for 2016. That money, this is how we want to use it. We have servers that run access television for the people of Mendocino County. When that server was bought 6 years ago, it was on XP. XP has lots of problems today. XP does not function again with the systems because it has been changed. So are our servers. What I have been doing since I took off this place is to see how I can clean every product, every tool, and everything we have here. You've been here, you see me arranging documents, cleaning all these equipments that are piled here. But the servers are old. The equipments are old and need update and new equipment. I've been trying to update some of them. One of the reasons why I don't provide my audience, which I love to do even with my own finances, with television for now, is because our main server that was providing those services is down. The reason why it's down is because it was supposed, please listen to this very carefully. That server was supposed to be updated at least 2 or 3 years ago. But because of the financial situation that MATV is encountering with the county, we could not update those servers. Our technicians just told us that because we did not update them in time, they crashed. I'm accusing the county for that. Because if they had provided our money last year, I saw John and Elaine struggling. If that money was available, we would have repaired our servers, updated them before they crashed, or we would have gotten a new server. Last month, when I called to find out how much a new server will cost and installation and software and everything, it's gonna be about $13,000 to $14,000, and we need it because without that server, it will be very difficult to run efficiently television in Mendocino County. And what we're about to do is help Fort Bragg and Willits. We have facilities here. And I, sitting here, I used to own a software company, a huge software company with a branch in the United States, India, and Estonia. We build all types of software. I have decided to provide software that Mendocino Access will need, Mendocino Access Television, and Access TV in the whole of Mendocino County will use. It's my money. It's my resource. It's a lot of money to build that software. Because I love this county so much, I want to give it to them. That software will be able to provide the facilities that these three stations need. We have, yeah.
To your point, though, the money shouldn't be coming out of your pocket since there's already a contract with the county.
Absolutely not.
And as you're saying, the reason that it's so hard for us to do this, provide the services that we agreed to, is because the county hasn't paid us with the funding that they agreed to.
Yes, they haven't paid, and the city is not in agreement with that. The city called me and we had a discussion. They don't like the fact that the county is holding that money and it's not really efficiently putting it where it's supposed to be so that the people use it. I am not saying that everything has been rosy, but we have to understand that to start up a business is difficult, and at times it's try and error. I'm not doing try and error right now.
Particularly a business like this, which is, I mean, we're living in a very remote region of the country.
Exactly.
Getting anything accomplished effectively is a challenge, let alone, trying to resuscitate a platform that many people think doesn't even exist. And I want to bring up that point because a lot of people, are admittedly, a lot of millennials in particular, are going into this realm that maybe many of the elder generation aren't really as interested in. I know a lot of people who really depend on their television. And I know people who don't necessarily depend on it, but really love having it available to them. They would prefer to look at a TV from the confines of their own living room and have that TV screen be 10 feet away, instead of having to force your brain into trying to process information on a 4-inch by 3-inch screen.
Exactly. And by the way, television is not for everybody.
Certainly.
But those that watch television, they are very, very glued to it. Just like you have your phone. The senior citizens, they stay at home. They don't have much to do than to sit and just watch TV.
And they can't necessarily come out and try to defend what they don't even know they're going to lose.
That's why you didn't see them there.
Exactly.
And that is where my point is. Because I care much about these people. They watch me on TV every day, and the reason why I'm sitting here is because I use Access Television. The reason why I became the director of this place is because I use Access Television. I'm a black person, and I'm a stranger, I'm a foreigner in this place. But this is me sitting here, running a television station, a director of this television station. This place provided me this opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. If he can provide it to me, it means the thousands of people that are here in Mendocino County can have even better. Why can't we give it to them? I'm not selfish. I want the people in this county to have the same opportunity I have because it will make me sing and rejoice and just have my phone out there. And to hear people trying to stop this from happening and bringing all these complaints and these excuses and trying to behave as if it's wrong or what we are doing is not right. Mind-blowing. We want to make Access Television accessible to everybody. If you don't watch the TV, sit in your house like a senior citizen or somebody who doesn't have access to internet, or who is not internet savvy.
Hospital people.
People
in care
hotels,
homes.
motels, restaurants. When you are in a restaurant, you don't use it. I mean, we want to make sure that if you don't have internet, at least you should be able to entertain yourself with TV.
On the note of the internet, though, I do recall a woman very specifically stating how much of a challenge it is to deal with trying to watch a Board of Supervisors meeting or anything that you typically would find on one of the PEG channels. Through the internet, the data, it's overly costly
Mhm.
and time consuming to try to download something on the computer or on your handheld device because you may not have enough data to do so. Could you address that?
Well, you know, the streaming of the governmental channel by the government is complicated for them. It's hard for them. I feel sorry for them. And to hear John saying that because the person they are relying on to provide their services, they took that person from here. And that is one of the plans to collapse this place. They were having our equipment and they were renting our equipment, renting our worker to provide them services. And later on, they realized if we can take this worker from them and take the equipment, now we can have the money. And that's what they are struggling to do. For the past 2 years, they have been taking our worker to use. We've been giving them. But we realized that they were much more interested in having the worker to take the worker and our tools. And that's why you heard this idea coming up that they should take some tools and distribute them in case, because they are waiting for MATV to collapse so that they can now take the tools and split it among the. But I want to make this announcement. MATV is an independent, non-governmental organization. It's not an organization that will just one day disappear in thin air because there is no TV. Even if there is no TV, there are equipment for production, for training. Here we provide training. You got training here. You're getting more trainings here. There are students that come in here for training. We are working with a college now.
A doctor came in the other day.
A doctor came in here to run a program. There are people here who come in with image problems. And they want to clean those images. They want to use television. They want to use radio. There are business people. There are all types of people, especially the schools.